Hey guys, so you just saw some of my squats, and I just thought I'd talk to you guys about how my kind of training is looking at the moment, how it's currently being done, and my nutrition as well. And just before I start that, just check out this amazing t-shirt I found. Cake dealer. I am the dealer of cakes, which is actually pretty partially true, because I do online coaching and I use the flexible dieting approach. No foods are restricted. It's very open, flexible, and allow any sort of food. So I kind of deal cakes to people in a sense, allowing people to eat as much cake as they can within kind of context of a healthy diet. Anyway, carrying on. So my training at the moment is still being programmed by Greg Farris from My Brain. Contract comes to an end soon. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do just yet. Have to see. And at the moment it's kind of following 5 days a week, a bench day, squat, lower or upper depending on kind of the week, a deadlift day, then a bench day and a squat day. So squatting twice a week, benching twice a week, deadlifting once a week. So that's how it's kind of set up at the moment. Really enjoying it, it's really fun. Strength is coming back slowly as I get heavier. So just to touch on my weight. So post-competition, I'm now just hovering around 75 kilograms still. For my actual show, I was 75 kg, so I haven't really put on much. If anything, I put on a couple of pounds. But you saw, I will have talked about my physique earlier. So strength is kind of coming up. So I managed to do 160 kilograms for 3 reps recently on squat. That's been kind of my PR of late for that. Bench has changed because I'm getting into powerlifting. I'm doing, rather than a touch and go classic just down and up, I'm doing down, pause, up, and then sometimes I'm even doing a 3-second pause and up. Very different to what I'm used to, so I'm just getting used to that. Probably 1 rep max on that is sitting around 100 kilograms. Pretty pathetic, I know, but getting there. And then with deadlift, I could probably pull kind of 215 at the moment. Feeling really strong with deadlifts. That's come up as my weight's risen and kind of having more food. That's come up, so that's really good. Currently, my training setup is kind of 3 weeks kind of intensive, and then 1 week back off, kind of a deload week with Greg. And the way he does it is kind of deloading the main movements and kind of still hitting the hypertrophy movements pretty heavily. Hypertrophy is my secondary goal. At the moment, powerlifting is my main goal. And hypertrophy wise, kind of muscle growth, aiming to bring up my lats. Definite weak point of mine, need more back width, especially on my front double bicep. Lack width on that, and my rear double bicep. So that's one of them. And then quad sweep is my other weakness, amongst many. But those are the ones I want to bring up in the next kind of couple of years before I compete again, which I definitely, at the moment, am thinking I do want to do. Very enjoyable outcome from that. The process, I'm not going to say the entire process was very enjoyable, but the outcome was, and the overall experience from the process and what I took from it, very, very enjoyable. So talking about kind of what my diet's looking like at the moment. So kind of during my last kind of few weeks of prep, my average intake, because I was kind of cycling some carbohydrates and things into the up and running of the show, was probably around 2,000 calories, under 200 grams of carbs, so around 180 probably grams of carbs. Fat was right down, I think, at 40 grams, maybe even down to 30 for a period of time. So that's how low it got, around 2,000 calories. I'm now eating just over 3,000 this week, and slowly kind of protein came down, carbohydrates and fat came up. That's effectively how it's been done, and gradually built up. So at the moment, my kind of minimum macros because I work to a range. Greg gives me a range to work within, nice and flexible, as I do with my clients. So my minimum is 160 protein, 420 carbohydrates, nice and high, and as of this week, 75 grams of fat. So pretty nice overall intake there. I'm not massively active. I work 20 hours as a PT. Most of the time that's on my feet, as you can imagine. Then I train 5 times a week. Weekends, literally, to be fair, I'm normally fairly active on the weekends. It's neat, non-energy activity, thermogenesis. It's just walking around. Generally go and see my girlfriend in London. So there's a fair amount of walking that goes on there, unless she comes over here, then we probably do a bit less walking, a bit more lazy. But over and above the 20 hours that I do working as a PT, and then my training, I don't do a lot else. So I've got a fairly healthy intake for a 75 kilogram guy. Cardio, if I give you an insight in that, so I was actually doing 6 resistance training sessions during my prep, through the entire prep. Killer. And cardio at its peak was 2,000 calories of low intensity steady state and 2 sprint sessions. So that's a fair amount. Felt like it to me. Comparative to other people, not necessarily loads. I have quite a healthy metabolism. Now cardio has come all the way down to 1 low intensity steady state session, 400 calories. Bliss. Well, I normally put it in 1, maybe split it into 2 200s. That's what I did this week. And then 1 general physical practice session, which is basically very light weights or body weight training, getting in general movements like squat pattern, a hip hinge, a press and a pull, and some ab work. Very light, pretty light. So cardio gone right down, massively down. That was gradually brought down, as you can imagine. Training volume overall is probably around the same, but days is 5 days a week. Focusing mainly on powerlifting. Calories have come up about 1,000 since my show. It's been about 2 months. Actually, as of in 2 days, it's been 2 months. So that's where's all that. And my weight has come up maybe 1 to 2 pounds. Reverse dieting, that's how it's gone. So that gives you a bit of an insight. I'm going to look to do YouTube videos every single Tuesday, guys. Maybe similar to this, just an oversight of my week. Any kind of tidbits about my week that have gone on. And insights into my life. Trying to get some more I do a lot of eating out on the weekend with my girlfriend. Well, a lot. I eat out most weekends. So I can show you some, maybe if you want to see some clips of some meals of me eating out, and then how I guesstimate those macros, because that's what I do. I post a lot of that on my Instagram, but it might be nice to see it in video format, me doing it there and then, and things I get up to on the weekend. Also try and get some more training footage going on, see how I'm progressing into powerlifting, how my programming is going, and any tidbits about latest research and things that I have learnt. Take home point this week that I've definitely learnt is do not combine alcohol with caffeine at any point. Try and avoid that. Both of them just poo on each other eventually. Don't do it. That's as much as you need to know. So cheers guys, revive stronger, and look forward to all your comments, feedback, all of that good stuff. Cheers.